everyone, I'm Elizabeth. I'm going to be walking you through how to copy your 2022 ticket event on TicketSignup to 2023. We don't have a renewal feature that allows you to keep using the same dashboard from year to year, so the best practice is to copy your 2022 event and create a 2023 version of the same event. And the copy feature will bring over any website customizations, your ticket setup, any other customizations that you've made in terms of store or donations or other settings that you may have turned on. So it'll make things really quick and easy for you to create a new event dashboard for your 2023 event. I'm going to show how to do that real quick and then talk through some other best practices and things to check when you do this. So here's my 22 test event. This 2022 event is a concert event. Obviously, I've only sold a few tickets. But it'll work for the purposes of this demo. I'm going to go over here to my profile, click on my ticket events. It's going to open this screen here. I actually searched concert already, so I can find it. And here's my concert in the garden event. This is under past ticket events. Most likely your event that you're copying is going to be in the past, so you're going to have to expand this and find the one that you're looking for. I'm going to click on the down arrow here and copy this event. If I needed to change my event name, I could do that, or my event description. I am going to be changing my event date because, again, I'm bringing this into the new year. So these are my event dates for 2023. I have a 2-day event, September 12th and 13th, and the start time is 5 p.m. The end time is 10 p.m. on the 13th. I'm going to change my event URL identifier. I'm going to make this one 2023. Again, you have to change this because we can only have one of each URL. So you're going to want to make it something that makes sense. So 2023 works in this case. If you see these questions and they're not filled out, you're going to want to answer them because they are required. When you get down here to customize copy settings, most people can skip this checkbox here to show your existing event settings because most of the time you want to just copy everything. And if you need to change anything or turn off a setting or adjust something like a payment account, you can do that once you're in your new dashboard for 2023. You don't need to customize exactly what copies. Every now and then you might have a situation where you do want to not copy a certain tab or something, but most of the time you're good to just leave this unchecked and continue. You're going to sign off on the contract, click save and continue down here. Now it's going to show my tickets from last year. If you're changing what tickets you're offering, you can probably just proceed through this and not change anything on this screen because there's not a way to delete or change those tickets right now. You're going to have to do that from the dashboard. But if you're keeping the same tickets and similar pricing, you can make those changes right now. So the first thing I'm going to do is change the event ticket group dates. So 9/12/2023 is the Saturday for my event. And I'm going to change the end time over here to 10 p.m. This is going to be 5 p.m. These dates are also going to be in the past, so you're going to want to update those. I'm going to go on sale on the 20th, and I'm going to sell tickets to my event right up until it starts. All right, now I'm going to go to my second day. This was a 2-day concert event in 2022, and it's going to be 2 days again in 2023. 5 p.m. on the 13th, and at 10 p.m. in 2023. So most important part on this step is just looking out for those dates, making sure you update them, but it will give you an error if you miss something, so no worries. I could change my pricing. I'm just going to leave it. If I decide to make some changes, I can do that later. So when I click finish, it's going to pop me right into my new dashboard for 2023. You can see the date up here at the top so you know which year you're in. Also, once you start selling tickets, you'll be able to see that in your dashboard charts. Obviously, I don't have any data yet because I just created this event. If I needed to make any changes to anything as far as settings or what tickets I'm offering or my pricing, I would just go in as normal, and use my dashboard to do that. Here's the pricing tab. I could click in, change my pricing. This is what I was just doing in the wizard. So if I needed any help, I could click on help up here and get a refresher by reading one of our help guides on what exactly this page does, what the settings are here. There are a couple of things that might not copy for you, depending on what settings you had. The main one is a domain. So if you brought a custom domain or a custom subdomain to your website in the previous year, that's not going to copy over to the new event because it can only be installed on one event at a time. If you want to keep using that same domain for 2023, you're going to need to reach out to our support team and get help to transfer it over. So you can email us at info@TicketSignup.io, or you can contact your account manager if you have one, and we'll help you with that. But if you go into your domains page here, if you had one in 2022, it's not going to be showing up here. So you're going to need to go back to your 2022 event, see what it was, and then contact us with that information. Everything else is pretty much going to copy over, but you will want to look at your website, check everything over, and make sure things like dates, especially dates that you've written out in text on the website, are updated. So if you did something custom in the website builder that has dates, or maybe in your social sharing messages, you included specific dates in text. Obviously, we don't know to update those when we copy your event and move the dates forward. So you're going to want to adjust those and find those. I recommend going through your website page by page. It's a pain, but if everything looks good, that's great. And most of the time you're going to find one little thing you need to update, so it's not a waste of time. You can do that by going out to your website and looking at it, seeing what everything looks like. The other thing that I recommend looking at, and this is just something you should always be checking on your event, but make sure that all of your financial stuff is up to date and looks good. So the biggest thing is to make sure when you copy an event from one year to another that the payment account that you copied is the one you want to keep using. Most of the time for our customers, you can keep using that same payment account that you first created when you came onto the platform. But if for some reason you want to change something about where your money's going, whether you want to switch to direct deposit or change what bank account you're using, anything like that, you can review that under financial summary and then payment account, and then click on manage payment account. If you set up any custom holdbacks for things like refunds, like say you set last year that you wanted to hold $100 in your refund reserve so that you always had money in case you needed to do a refund, you're going to need to set that up again under your chargeback/refund reserve here. The other thing that you might want to check is you can go into your confirmation email under event and then notifications and then tickets purchased. If you customized this last year, which I always recommend that you customize your confirmation email and put your own specific text in there that talks about the event, any instructions for check-in, things like that. If you did any of that customization last year, you're going to want to make sure that, again, you didn't put any specific dates or any out-of-date information in and copy that over. So if you did copy it, you can change it by just typing anywhere in this email and updating it. So no worries, but something that's important to check before you start selling tickets. Other than that, you're pretty much good to go and start selling tickets whenever you want after you've done this process. There are a couple of other things that I recommend. So one of them is to import your list of past attendees, so the people who came to your event in 2022, into your 2023 event in your email tab so that you can send out a marketing email from the 2023 event and get them to sign up. Obviously, people who came to your event last year are pretty likely to come back this year if you invite them. So it's a great place to start in terms of marketing your event for the next year. If you want to send out an email that's like tickets on sale for 2023, that's a great list of people to send to. So I'm going to show you quickly where to do that. So I'm going to go back to my 2022 event here. And then I'm going to go into email. Or actually, I'm going to go into reports. And I'm just going to go to ticket purchases. And then export options. This is just all the ticket purchases that happened on this event last year. Obviously, I only have 3 here, but you get the idea. You could have 400 or 4,000, and this would work the same exact way. So I'm going to export this, download it as a CSV. And then I would just take that CSV, and probably I would delete out the columns I don't need, because we're going to give you a bunch of columns in it with information about these ticket purchases. The only ones you really need are the person's name, so their first name, last name, and then their contact information, their email address. So you can create a list with just those 2 pieces of information at a minimum. You can import more in, you can read more about our email platform if you'd like, in our help guides or our blog, and see what other types of information you're actually able to import as part of a custom list. But for these purposes, if you're just sending out a simple marketing email, all you need is their name and their email address. So I would just copy those columns, create a new CSV, and then go into the 2023 event over here, go to custom lists, add a new list, say 2022 attendees, click on create list, and then add new contacts. And then I would upload the CSV that has just the email and the first name, last name in it, and continue. And then I would have a list of contacts. So it's pretty simple, but it's a good way to start getting your people into the email for this year, so that if you do send out any further marketing emails using our email platform, you have them in here already and you don't have to go back and do it later. And again, if you're sending out a tickets are now on sale type of email, it's a good place to start. That is what I recommend as far as copying your ticket event and bringing it forward into 2023. Thanks for joining me.
Well, thanks for joining us. And if you like this video, you can press the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.